We are back with another video on UPS. Um, I've been watching a lot of UPS people on YouTube, where some of the people that work UPS have their own YouTube channel. So I'm converting my channel into a UPS thing where I talk about UPS. So when I watch people on YouTube for UPS videos, um, I try to do like my own thing. So they give me an idea to talk about my own video and like what I've learned from them. Um, there's like three people I've been watching on YouTube about UPS, and that's Brian Calhoun. He's great to follow because he will give you takes on the COLA when it comes to the new union contract for UPS, and he will give you like an in-depth look about how the union works and what they would tell and what they tell. He basically says that he gets his info from people inside the hub, and then he will talk to the union, and if the union says the same thing as the hub people, then he knows that it's right. Basically, he gives you a breakdown on the pension that UPS gives you when you decide to retire. So basically, he said if you're a worker that started working there at 55, but then you retire at 65, that means you put 10 years in, but your pension won't be as high as somebody who's worked for the company for 15 years, if not longer. Which he is right about that. The longer you actually work, the better your pension will be. Another one is this one girl called Divine Girl Ashley. I watched some of her videos. She was working at UPS. I don't know if she still does. In her location anyway, but she was working at one in Kentucky. So I watched her. There was one girl that I had watched. I think her name was Shaban. She worked for UPS, but then she quit, and this inspired me to make my own video about, even though I have never seen anything like it yet. But some people say they see some weird shit when they work for UPS, and they will quit because they don't have a strong stomach to see what comes out of these boxes when they do break. Sometimes the boxes can be too heavy to the point where they break. And sometimes you'll see stuff fall out, and you won't know what you're going to see when it falls out. Siobhan freaked out because when she picked up a box and she put it down, a dead pig fell out. I have not seen that at my location. I work for the one in Hodgkins, Illinois. I have yet to see anything of that sort. The only thing I really see is people leaving pallet like the wood pellets in the trailers in Silvergate, and them leaving garbage all over the place in the trailers. I'm very picky on how my if I'm loading up a trailer, I'm very picky on how I want it to look. I don't want trash blocking up my pathway when I'm stacking the boxes. So the first thing I'll do if I get sent to a trailer and there's no packages on that roller, then I'll start with taking that trash out of the trailer, like any plastic wrappings, any straps that come off the packages. Sometimes there'll be like cardboard laying around. I will take that like out first before I start putting boxes down, because that's, to me, is a tripping hazard, and I don't want to be tripping over shit. So I've been watching those few, and for me, I also have a friend that works with me at my location, and she will give me the ins and outs of everything at UPS. So Monday, I lost my badge in a trailer. Technically, they have like the badges with the lanyards that go around your neck. They advise you not to wear them around your neck, because when you're picking up boxes, sometimes your ID badge that lets you into the building will snag on the box, and the box will sometimes not get loose from the lanyard. That's what happened to me on Monday when I picked up a box. I was bouncing around 10 different trailers, so it could have been lost in any one of those 10 trailers. It's either going to be found or it's not. I don't know. But I got a new one made. Also, there's a sticker that goes on the back of your phone. Um, I don't know for sure what the sticker's for on your phone. Don't bother to ask me. But my friend said that every certain amount of months they have a union meeting. This Sunday there's a union meeting for my location. They basically go to downtown Chicago to go have that meeting. Supervisors, because because once you become a supervisor, you're no longer union. They cannot attend the meeting unless it's hourly employees. Um, and so I've been learning different things from everybody, from like videos of UPS. I've seen people say they see some of the weirdest stuff being sent out. Um, some packages that we do get are heavy as hell. They always tell you, okay, um, if you get a package that's too heavy for you and you can't lift it, to ask for assistance. Um, I also showed a video the other day where I talked about rollers and which ones I liked and which ones I don't. I prefer the electronic roller. Um, Depending on which electronic roller you get, there's one with the handle where you pull it back and the thing goes back on its own. Or you got the one that has like a little button and you hold the button down and it retracts or goes forward. I don't like the one that has the brake on it because you got to put all your strength and might into that to try to move it. But peak season is going to be coming up. It's going to get really hectic and busy, and then they will give. And then once that happens, you'll get all the hours you can for like a month or so before they drop back down. I'm a package handler, so I do the unloading and loading of the trucks. Mainly for me, it's just loading the trucks. I haven't really done any unloading yet. The only unloading I do is when you get missorts. So if you get a box, if you're loading up one truck that's for a different state, and then you accidentally get a box smacked down your roller, and it's for another state, then you take it out and put it in the center of the aisle for the people to pick up and take it back to where it needs to be. Sometimes you'll get packages that are broken, like where the boxes are broken open. Then that's also the same thing. You take those out, put them in the center of the aisle, like what you would do with the missort packages, and then they just take the broken boxes, they put it in a new box, and then retape it and send it back on its way. But for me, I've only been there a month. I'm getting close to being out of my book. A lot of the new hires, when they come in, they're put in a book for 40 days. After you complete your 40 days, you're finally in the union, and then it's harder for the union to get rid of you. But then the union can get involved if for whatever reason the supervisor tries to write you up. You can actually fight them on the write-up and be like, okay, I'm not signing shit until there's a union present. And if they say there isn't one, then basically say you're not signing shit until they find one. But like I said, I'm still newer, so I'm still learning little by little. But I do know that you get a raise every August. So like for me, I just started in September. I've only been there a month. So next year come August, I will get my first raise with UPS. The contract for the union is good. The contract for my location, for the union thing is good up until 2028. So basically, by 2028, with me being a package handler, I could be making upwards of 24 to 25 an hour, depending on what the raises are going to look like each year. Basically, people that have seniority will get a bigger raise than the ones that are newer. For the new hires anyway. There are some people at my location at UPS that have been working there for 20, 30, 40 years, and they're still there. One of the ladies I was working with yesterday, I was talking to her in the trailer, And I asked her, I said, how long have you been working for UPS? And she said she just hit her 31st, that she's been working at UPS for 31 years at my location, which is a long time. And like I said, the longer, so she's got to be like in her 50s. If, I'm going to assume, I don't know for sure, but she has to be around late 40s, early 50s, depending on how old she was when she started. Also, I want to bring this up too, because there is some people at my location that are also in high school still too. If you're in high school and you work for UPS, depending on whether you're a junior or senior, junior and senior kids have to be out by a certain time frame if they work a certain shift. Most of them won't be able to work morning, like the early morning shifts like I do. Like I work sunrise. Sunrise shift is usually any time between 4 and 9, or 4 and 10 or something like that. The latest that a sunrise person will stay will be 10 o'clock, sometimes 11, depending on how good of a worker you are. So if you're like a junior or senior in high school and you're like 17, 18 years old, usually the shifts are listed as so that basically the shifts are listed as sunrise, day sort, and twilight. So twilight is the night shift, meaning like 5 or 6 at night, and then going until like 10:30 at night. So if you're in high school and you work and you're like 17 or 18 years old, there is certain restrictions that they have. Like they have to be out. But they can't work past a certain time, because then they got school the next day. If you're working Monday through Friday, and so basically, that's a certain thing too. Like basically, the teenagers can't work past a certain time, or they get in trouble. Also, UPS tries to not encourage you to do this, but they can't really say no either. They're not really against people that work for UPS. The HR says that yes, hourlies and supervisors can date. They just can't work in the same area. I found that out from one of my friends that basically that hourlies and supervisors can date. They just can't work in the same area. So I found that one out. They're also against a lot of stuff, like basically that UPS can fire you over some of the stupidest shit. So I advise you to basically not bring stuff in that will get you fired. There is a packet that they give you during your orientation that tells you what you can bring, what you can't. So for UPS, you can bring your phone in, but you cannot bring your charger in, even though some people have actually found ways to sneak their chargers in. You can smoke at UPS. You just cannot bring vapes in. Because for one, with vapes, it's like they have to assume that inside the vape there's drugs, and they will fire you in a heartbeat for it. One of the guys that we had was at UPS for 4 days, almost 5. He got fired on his 4th or 5th day because he brought a vape in, and they had to assume that it had drugs in it, so they fired him. You cannot bring any weapons in, so anything like a pocket knife like this. I have 3 of them. Like, this is a pocket knife to cut boxes, anything like that. If I brought this in, I would be fired in a heartbeat. That's why I leave it here at home. Because I'm not taking the chance of being fired for whatever reason. I did learn about holiday pay. And I've been learning about, like, how the time and a half works. See, for me, I'm part-time. But I can work my way up to a full-time position down the line. I've been hearing different stories about how long you gotta wait for the full-time thing. Some people say, oh, you gotta wait 10 years. Other people say, oh, you gotta wait 18. If I had to wait 18 years for being full-time, by that time I'm 56, and I wouldn't want to wait. And I wouldn't want full time at 56 years old. I would want to go full time as quickly as possible. Usually in the union contract, it states how long you gotta wait. Supposedly, I heard now that you gotta wait 3 years. By that time would be better for me, because within 3 years I'll be 39, almost 40, and then my body is actually still active in that aspect. If you don't go to a gym, UPS will be your second choice, because UPS will get you into a fit looking job. Basically with all the heavy lifting that you're doing, going up and down stairs. They do have stairs in there, because sometimes if you lose something, you got to go to security, and then the security office is all the way upstairs. Same thing with the training office. Same thing with if you ever decided to want to work upstairs, you would have to go up there to be able to do it. Now, if you want to switch departments, you gotta let your supervisor know. One of the things I do want to learn is hazmat. Hazmat is the one where you clean up spills, and they make more money than what the package handlers make. And if you don't tell your supervisor that you want to try that department, then they're not going to move you, and stuff like that. So, like I said, I've been learning a lot of different things from my friend at UPS and watching people on YouTube. So that's just something to keep in mind. I might, and also UPS has 3 payments, 3 different payments that you can choose from. They have a paper check, direct deposit, or I think the other one's a little tiny pay card, almost like a debit card, and they upload money on that. Or you get your paper check or direct deposit. Like for me, I prefer direct deposit, because if I lose my paper check, then somebody could try to cash that and claim that they're me, and I don't like that. Also with the little paycheck card that they give you, with the little card that they give you, I don't like the idea of them giving me a pay card, because if I lose that, then my money's on that and I can't spend what I want. So I would rather just take direct deposit, and it's better, because at least with direct deposit, you know your money's in the bank, and if you lose your debit card from the bank, you can always apply for a new one, but just make sure that you lock the new card. That you locked the old card before getting the new one. So that's all I got for today. I was not expecting this video to go as long as it did. I'm becoming like Brian Calhoun, the guy I've been watching on for UPS stuff. He always says he tries to keep his videos to 10 minutes. Some of his videos go 12, 15. One of the videos I just watched of his was 25 minutes. But he's very informative if you want to watch him. And just tell them that RBW King sent you to watch him if you're interested in UPS videos. He's a good guy to watch. He's military. At least, I think he served in the military, because I think he mentioned that in one of his videos. He's a great guy, very informative. You can learn a lot from him when it comes to when you want to find out stuff about the union. So check him out if you want. And that's all I got for today. I don't have much more to talk about, but I will be back next week with another video. So if you like the video, you can if you like the video, you can give the video a like and subscribe to my channel, RBW King. So like I said, smash that like and subscribe button if you want more videos about UPS. You can also leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think to help out with the algorithm. And if you want to support my work even further, you can go to my Patreon link, which you can find in the About section of YouTube. And for just a little as a few bucks a video a month, your donation can help go a long way. And also, that would be it. I'll talk about the other thing I was going to talk about in another video down the next week, and then I'll let you guys know what I'm going to do. And I'll see you guys next week.